The OT Practice Kids is a private occupational therapy practice. We have nationwide coverage of highly experienced and specialist paediatric occupational therapists. Gross motor skills are the big movements that we do when babies go from crawling to pulling up to stand, to walking, to running, to then hopping, standing on one leg, all those big movements. And children need to be very confident and be able to carry those out effectively in order to be able to develop higher functioning skills. So for example, standing on one leg to put your shoes on, being able to sit at a table for long enough to, use your cutlery, use your hands. You need to have those big core muscles strong and ready in order to develop further skills. Children who have difficulties with their gross motor skills may tend to avoid going to the park. They're scared of heights, they're not able to climb and coordinate their body in that way, and they can become quite socially isolated.
I had slight concerns from quite a young age. All her friends would want to go to ballet classes, and she'd always separate herself from them. She'd never want to be a part of the group. She never got excited about anything active, and it always used to worry me slightly. I eventually contacted the OT practice. It was the best thing I've ever done. I spoke to Sarah. She reassured me. She explained to me that actually there are other parents out there, other families with children who are experiencing exactly the same thing. Just that realisation that I wasn't alone really made all the difference. We spoke at length. She told me there are lots of things that can be done. It's not the end of the world, and that actually my child will have a childhood in exactly the same way that all her friends do.
On my bike it's quite difficult, and now that I've got a bigger bike it's also quite difficult because the wheels are really thin, and then it's really high, and it wobbles really easily, and I keep on falling off it.
In order for treatment to be effective, firstly, the child needs to build up a trusting relationship with a therapist. Our paediatric therapists are very skilled in making their sessions very fun and helping the child to trust them and build that relationship. The OT comes to the home, looks at all aspects of the child's development to see what is causing the difficulties that the parents and teachers are reporting. So a child may have difficulty with writing or tying their shoelaces, but until we look at the underlying skills needed to carry out those tasks, we don't know where those difficulties are coming from. When developing a child's gross motor skills, we would plan a variety of activities through play in a fun way where the child's exploring, working out of their comfort zone and pushing the boundaries, building up their confidence. So for example, if a child's got poor core strength and has difficulty sitting, which is then affecting their fine motor skills as well as their gross motor skills, we would work on activities that activate their core. So for example, lying on a scooter board and pushing around and putting bean bags into buckets, target shooting. It's just making the child have fun and be engaged so that they're doing this without realising.
There was an assessment process. She watched her at play and there was lots of talking going on. She really got to the bottom of the problems. Straight away, Emily, her character changed. She's become so much more confident. It's given me such great confidence as a mother. I never knew what the right thing to do was. I didn't know whether to push her into playing, to push her to go into ballet class. It's given me the skills to know the right things to do with her, and Emily has grown in confidence as well. She's not that child that hangs back anymore. She's enthusiastic. She wants to go and get stuck in. She believes she can do the same things that all the other children can do. Just the knowledge that my child is going to have a childhood in exactly the same way that other children, she can be a child without feeling like she's different. Such a relief.